Okay, I just wanted to cover some quick tips to get through your weekend. I know that most of us are really great during the week. We plan our meals, we've got them tracked, either using MyFitnessPal or we're writing them down. And we get to the weekend and our schedules kind of get off, or we have a really long weekend with work, or we have birthday parties for the kids, and we kind of blow it. I know I have done it, drinking with friends on Friday night or having too much cake on the party on Saturday, or I don't know about you, but our church has donuts on Sunday morning. So let's talk about some ways you can get through that. My coach taught me almost 2 years ago what's called the ranking method. So we're going to rank our foods 1 to 10. 1 is probably a food, honestly, I won't eat. 1 is food that I can leave. I'm not thinking about it when I leave and drive home. When I go out to eat, it's like the thing on the menu that I just pass up. 10 is like, I've been dreaming about you. I've been planning to fit you into my meal plan because you are my holy grail of food. I do not want to give you up. Diets in the past failed because I would incorporate you almost every day or every meal. 10 is like, oh, 10. So we're going to talk about ranking our foods for this weekend. So let's say we're going out to eat with friends. We used to call it choir practice after teaching. And we would go and have a beverage and maybe some chips and salsa or queso. And then we'd have another drink and another drink. And then eventually by the end of the night, I have eaten all of my calories for the week in one meal, not to mention that my budget is completely blown. So how would I rank that? Well, first of all, for me, having a drink with my friends would probably rank as a 10. But I would make sure that it's one that fits into where I am with my lifestyle. So if I'm looking at a margarita versus a glass of wine, I probably will have the glass of wine because it has less calories in it, but it's still a 10 for me. I know that I want to have a glass. I will be very careful to tell you that even if it's a 10, you have the 10, you drink the whole glass of wine, but you do not go back for seconds. You don't get to just pile on all this food because it's a 10 for you. And when you get home, if you feel guilty about having that one glass of wine, it is not a 10. That means that it is not a food for you that is so important that you need to eat it. How many times do you go and you have a couple of chips and queso, and then you have your beans and rice, whatever Mexican restaurant, you get home, you're like, God, first of all, I don't feel good. And second of all, I really wish I wouldn't have eaten X, Y, Z. So if it's a 10, you're not going to have any guilt when you go home. You're going to allow yourself that bean burrito. You're going to allow yourself that piece of pizza, and you're going to let it go. It doesn't mean you get 3 pieces of pizza. It doesn't mean the next day you get to have, whatever, 2 beers and a pizza. It's just for that one meal and for that party or for whatever is really hard for you over the weekend. I want you to really think about ranking where that food is. So let's use another example. If you're going out, and any of you are moms, and we have birthday parties or like get-togethers and play dates and stuff on the weekend, and everybody brings snacks. First of all, they go to the grocery store because they're rushed, like I am, and they buy the first thing that they see, usually cookies, a fruit tray with sugar-laden yogurt or caramel dip, chips and fake cheese, any of that kind of stuff that's really easy and processed. And they bring it, and you sit there, and you know what happens? You talk and you graze. And you talk and you graze, and you talk and you graze. So how are we going to rank our food? Well, for me, the salty stuff is not really on my list. Okay, so when I see chips, when I see ranch dip and stuff, I can usually just let those things go. But if that was a 10 for me, I would look at what I have in front of me, get one plate or one napkin or whatever is there, fill it with your 10. Okay, not like piled high, like Buffalo Wild Wings piled high, but fill it with what you want to eat, go away from the food table or away from snacking with your kids and sit and enjoy the people. Guys, these events are not about food. Our culture tells you it's about food. The grocery stores tell you it's about food. The restaurants tell you about food, but really, why do you go out to eat with your friends? Because you like your friends, not because you want to sit there and spend $40 on a steak, unless that's, a huge cheat meal for you. It's really about being there with your family and spending time and creating memories. For your kids, for those play dates, it's about them getting to socialize and you get some time away to talk to adults. So when you go and rank your food this weekend, if it's a 10, you do not feel guilty. You don't feel guilty. You've planned all week. You've worked hard all week. If this is a diet, if this is a count calories to the point and you never get a chance to eat those favorite foods again, do you think you're going to be successful? Absolutely not. Do you think I've gone 2 years without this weight on me by not eating chocolate and wine? Heck no. Okay, this is about a lifestyle change, and you have to be able to eat those foods and enjoy those foods and then move on. Dig a little bit deeper than what that party really is. Sunday morning, when we walk in, Cohen knows he gets donuts. He knows it's Sunday morning, but you know what? He gets 3 in their little donut holes, and we don't eat donuts the rest of the week. Okay, this isn't like part of our nutrition plan is that he gets sugar and carbs every morning for breakfast. He eats eggs, but on Sunday mornings, he's going to rank that food, and I can tell you from a 2-year-old's perspective, he eats it and he doesn't feel guilty, right? If you're going to go to church and you're going to sit and graze by the donuts and you're going to feel guilty when you get home, it's not a 10. Okay? So this weekend, I really want you to really think about ranking your foods. If you have questions about, hey, I'm going out to this restaurant, what is the best way to do this? I just don't want you to get overly involved in, okay, I'm going to have to really plan out exactly what, I'm going to look at the menu online, and I'm going to look exactly how many calories and what I can eat, because guys, that's great for the very beginning, but you have to be able to live. So if your favorite food is chicken Alfredo, then by golly, work all week, make sure you have chicken Alfredo, but do not have a glass of wine. That's not a 10 for you. You don't get to have a whole plate of 10s, okay? Have half the chicken Alfredo, but pair it instead of with a whole bunch of pasta. Maybe have the chicken with the Alfredo sauce and have broccoli with it, okay? So you get your 10. You get to eat that chicken and enjoy it and not feel bad about it when you get home or when you wake up the next morning, but you also have to pair it with things that are going to fuel you. So those are my 2 tips. Have Shakeology before you go, or if you get stuck in like oh my gosh, we've been shopping at the mall for 5 hours and the only thing here is the freaking food court. What do I eat? I have my Shakeology with me, and most places will let me just have a cup of water, and it is not about flavor for me at that point. It's about surviving and not wanting to get the French fries, okay? And the second thing is make sure you rank your foods. And if you have questions about any of that, lots of the coaches in here have done this with me. This is just something we do, and it really works. It really works. So 1, I hate it. I probably won't eat it anyway. Why the heck are you putting that on your plate? 10, you've planned for it. You're not going to feel guilty. If it's a 9, you'll feel guilty the next day, okay? And this is just a process. It's going to take you to learn what exactly are your 10 foods. That'd be cool. Maybe you should post what your 10 foods are for the weekend. Y'all have a great weekend. Proud of you.